Alright, we are back. Last time on Umineko When They Cry, we went through, Shannon and Kennon's puzzles and to get additional dialogue, and judging by completing Maria and Boza's puzzles, we will get some more interesting, important dialogue as well. So, we will continue. We dashed away. Dad and Mom are waving at me from over there. I'm sure they've thought up some mean problems. Still, they have to be easier than Maria One-chan's. I hate Maria One-chan. She's such a meanie. I know, right? Oh no. That's something I don't see. Yeah, what the fuck? Is that so? Yeah, true, but still.
Maria はエンジェのこと大好きだもんね。嫌いだよ。
You hate Angie?
サクタラのことぬいぐるみだってバカにしたもん。
Maria pouted as she said this, but her expression didn't match her words at all.
エンジェは幸せになれるといいね。なれるよ、きっと。だってこれだけの大勢があの子の幸せを願ってる。そしてバトラはゲームマスターにまでなり、エンジェのためだけにこの最後のゲームを開いてる。
Yeah, shocking, right? Battler being the game master for the final episode.
そこまでしてもらって幸せじゃないわけがないよ。でも幸せはみんなが用意することはできても掴み取るのは自分だからね。そうだね。あの子は幸せのかけらを拾うのがすごい下手なの。それを教えようにも12年間の日々があの子の耳を塞いでしまった。
Yeah, finding fragments of happiness is like finding a needle in the haystack, according to Angie at this point.
このゲーム、バトラが思ってるよりもエンジェには難しいかもしれない。僕はエンジェはきっと幸せになってくれると思うな。そうだね。このパーティーをあの子が楽しいと素直に思ってくれたなら、それが今のあの子に伝えられる精一杯かもしれない。
Angie is the girl of... Oh, I've skipped that one. Oops. Angie is the girl who doesn't believe and says that everything is a trick, no matter what a magic is shown to her. 12 years in the future, that girl will become the last person to inherit Beatrice's name.
あの子は一度は私の白い魔法を理解したんだよ。
A white magic.
うん。僕のことも理解してくれたよ。七姉妹のみんなさえ呼び出し、魔法を理解できたはず。そんな彼女が自分にだけは魔法を使えないなんてね。
信じよ。かつてのバトラもそうだったではないか。
ベアと
人に魔法をかけるのはたやすい。そして人の魔法を信じることもそう難しくはない。最も難しいのは自らに魔法をかけることなのだ。
それがエンジェにできるかな？
できるとも。あのバトラでさえ魔法を理解した。その妹にできぬ道理はない。
そうだね。子供のうちにしか見えない魔法もあるし、大人になって理解できる魔法もある。エンジェは今その狭間にいる。
子供の魔法を失い、さりとて大人の魔法も理解できぬ最も辛き世代であるな。
そんな時に大切な人たちが身近にいないなんて本当にかわいそうだね。
Well, she does enjoy, and suffer the lonesome in a way.
そんなことないよ。私たちはいつだってあの子のそばにいるんだよ。あの子がそれを信じないだけで。
Angie, please realize that quickly. There are so many people smiling at you from behind, watching over you. If you just turn around, we'll be able to smile so much more and talk to you so much more. You're Angie Beatrice, the final witch of the Mariage Sorcière.
正しい結末にたどり着けないとしても、せめて今夜を君が楽しんでくれることを心より祈っているよ。
Have fun, Angie. So long. The time we spent together feels so long, yet so short. Even so, for me, those memories are eternal. Oh, now we're back to oh yeah, these upcoming two puzzles when it comes to yeah, these upcoming puzzles are gonna be something right there. It's something to do with the Higurashi reference. Oh boy. Your inventory is full. What in the absolute fuckery is this? God damn it. Yeah, about that. This is what I call some bullshit.
メダルはいっぱい集まったか？
何枚くらいあるだろうね。
Probably over a dozen by now.
さあね。後で数えてみましょうね。
もうだいぶ大勢から問題をもらったみたいね。
お母さんたちに問題をもらったら、あとはいとこのみんなだけだと思う。
そうかそうか。よし、お父さんたちの問題に挑んでみろ。難しいぞ。
みんな同じこと言ってたけど、私たちが解いてきちゃったもんね。
Pretty much.
だから私とエヴァおばさんでメダルをいただいちゃう。
その意気よ。じゃあ私から問題を出そうかしら。
Alright, what kind of... yes. This is what I was talking about. This is something to do with the Higurashi reference. There are three girls. Miyoko says, I am the oldest. Satoko says Rika isn't the oldest. Rika said Miyoko is a liar. Nipa. Only the oldest of the three girls is speaking the truth. So who is the eldest? Well... So... Obviously, Satoko is lying. And Rika said Miyoko's a liar. Although I'm pretty sure within terms of Higurashi lore, I'm pretty sure Rika is like supposed to be like the oldest. In like... For some weird reason. Because it explains like way later in the series, but we'll just press the and ask Eva.
ああ、典型的な嘘つき問題ってやつね。
Good old liar puzzle.
おばさん得意よ。
得意なのは嘘をつく方だけどな。
Damn, Rudolphus. The good old yanking the ear. It reminds me, like I said, it reminded me of the first episode of Umineko. That she done that. Wow, I didn't think Dad's ears could stretch that far.
一人だけが本当のことを言ってる。そして他は全員嘘をついているということ。だから二人の言い分が本当になるような解釈は間違いってことね。
よくわかんない。もっとヒント欲しい。
That's okay, I don't get it either.
私のヒントはここまで。あとはエヴァおばさんと相談してごらんなさい。
エヴァおばさん。
ポイントはリカね。リカはミヨコが嘘つきだと言ってるわ。ということはミヨコが本当のことを言ってるならリカは嘘つきだし、ミヨコが嘘をついてるならリカは本当のことを言っている。つまり矛盾し合う二人は確実にどちらかが嘘つきで、同時に確実にどちらかが真実を語っているということになるわけ。
So the truth overwrites one another.
さすがエヴァ姉さん。
Crazy.
そういうことね。嘘つき問題では矛盾する証言同士はその中のどちらかが真実であることを確定させるの。その時点で聡子は漏れるから嘘つきが確定。もう答えが出ちゃったわね。
So Miyoko be telling the truth and Rika's the liar. However, Rika says Miyoko. Yeah, when it's Miyoko, then it's Mio. You know, Mio Takano. Yeah, obviously well, who am I kidding? C.
正解。さすがエンジェちゃんよ。娘はこんなに賢いのに間抜けな父親の顔が見てみたいわ。
Dolt. Wow.
間抜けで悪うござんしたな。お見事だぜエンジェ。全部の組み合わせを考えてみたのか。
ミヨコが一番年上だとすると聡子の言うことは本当になっちゃう。本当のことは一番年上しか言わないはずだから、これじゃおかしい。
Yeah, don't make any sense.
その通り。じゃあ聡子が一番年上の場合は？
そうするとミヨコを嘘つきだと指摘するリカが やっぱり本当のことを言ってることになっちゃっておかしくなる。だからリカが一番年上じゃないとダメなの。
よくできました。はい、これが私からのメダルよ。おめでとう。
ありがとうお母さん。
I think somewhere around there, if you get all the medals, then you know,
次はルドルフね。
boom, prize.
どんな問題を出すのかしら。
じゃあ俺も同じ嘘つき問題を出そうかな。今度はもうひとひねりいくぜ。
All right. Now this one is well, that's the thing, right? Girl in the middle is Miyako. The girl this time, Miyako, Satoko, and Rika are all wearing masks. None of them know who is who. I mean, I already did it anyway, and I got the answer, so well, it's pretty obvious. We'll have them write on paper so no one can recognize the voices of the others. Girl on the right said the girl in the middle is Miyako. The girl in the middle said the girl on the left is Miyako. The girl on the left said the girl on the right is Satoko. Miyako is telling the truth. Well, however, Satoko and Rika are necessarily lying, so from left and right, who are the three girls? So, yeah, I figured it would be like E or some shit. I mean, I think I got that one right. Yeah, that's what I figured. Because on the one, or if Miyoko be telling the truth, then it's like Miyoko, Rika, Satoko. But let's just ask anyway.
覆面かぶっててミヨコ以外は嘘か本当かもわからない。これ難しい。
そんなことないわ。おばさんはもう分かっちゃったけど、さっきのお母さんの問題よりこれもっと簡単よ。
どうして？
Yeah, why is that?
ミヨコ以外の2人は何を言ってるか信用できないから、まずは誰がミヨコかを特定しないと。ミヨコは絶対に嘘をつかないんでしょ？
うん。ミヨコは嘘をつかない。
じゃあ、
Yeah.
まずは
Oh, is that
誰がミヨ
obvious
コなの
hint?
かということに絞って、もう一度問題を読み直してみて。きっとすぐにひらめくはずよ。
誰がミヨコかだけを考えるんだね。わかった。
エヴァ姉さんの言うことは素直に聞くのね。
おばさん優しくて頭良くて大好きだから言うこと聞くの。
今度からナスやピーマンを食わすときは姉貴に手伝ってもらわねえとね。
Feed Angie some vegetables. Oh my lord. But yeah, it's E. Because it's like, well, the hint says Miyoko always tells the truth, right? So it's Miyoko on the left. So it's like Miyoko, Rika, Satoko.
ミヨコはわかった。左の子がミヨコだって、右側と真ん中の子は他の人がミヨコだって言ってる。自分がミヨコだったら他の人がミヨコだなんて嘘はつかない。
その通り。ミヨコは正直者のはず。 だから他人が美代子だなんていう時点でその子は美代子じゃないってわかるわけ。
そうなると右側と真ん中の子は美代子じゃないから、左側の子が自動的に美代子になる。
Obviously.
そして美代子は本当のことを言ってるんだから、右の子が聡子というのも本当になる。
Oh no, it's a fucking no-brainer of this riddle.
となれば残る真ん中の子は理科ってことになるわね。素晴らしいわ、満点よ。
It's no big surprise.
ケロッと解かれちまったな。エンジェ、お前は母さんに似て本当に賢いぞ。
Dad rubbed my cheek and hugged me. Yay! 15 medals. Hell yeah.
これで俺たちの問題はおしまいだ。
Simple enough as is.
いいエンジェ。人生にはこれからもたくさんの問題が訪れるわ。今はエヴァおばさんが助けてくれるから頼ってもいい。でもね、人生の問題のほとんどはあなた一人で解かなくちゃならないの。その時にそれまで助けてくれた人の助言や恩を必ず思い出すようにしてね。
わかった。
エヴァ姉さん、エンジェをよろしくね。
ええ、もちろんよ。
Even though the cousins were the only ones who hadn't given us puzzles, Mom spoke as though I was leaving on a long trip. Weird. That is kind of weird and awkward in a way, but yeah.
行きましょう、エンジェちゃん。あと少しでこのゲームもおしまいね。
いっぱいのメダルでおじいちゃんは何をくれるのかな。
Yeah, we've been through this far and got 15 total, so.
何かしらね。でもそんなものよりももっと素敵で楽しいものを私たちはもういっぱい受け取っているわ。
何の話？
みんなエンジェちゃんとこうしてお話ができてとても楽しかったということよ。
何のことかわかんない。変なおばさん。
You're weird.
ごめんなさい。さあ行きましょう。あとはいとこのみんなとベアトリーチェでおしまいかしら。
何？こんなところに呼び出して。
Oh, right. It's that dialogue again. Oh well. I'm still keeping it recorded anyway because it's for the all answers done run.
エンジェの話？
いや、違う。
Rudolph put a cigarette in his mouth and toyed with his lighter. Though you should have done this easily, you somehow managed to mess up several times. I'm surprised. You know, that's the thing, right? Usually in certain places that you can be allowed to smoke indoors. I think that's only like when it used to be enforced, like inside, like certain public places, right? But I guess in a mansion is like whatever, right?
俺はこいつを棺の中まで、いや、猫箱の中にしまい込んじまうつもりだった。
Good old cat box
明日の
logic.
晩まで口にチャックをしてりゃそうできる。簡単なもんさ。ほら、今夜殺されるだろうなって、そういう話さ。
知ってたわ。あなたが何か隠し事をしてるってことは。
そうかい。じゃあ俺の修行もまだまだだな。
エンジェの話じゃないなら誰の話？まさかアスムさんの話じゃないわよね。
Maybe.
バトラの話だ。
Not only that, but it's also, it's all up to Battler.
同じような話よ。私はバトラ君には大人の対応をしてきたつもりよ。アスムさんの子であっても私はエンジェと分け隔てなく接してきたつもり。ちゃんと我が家の子供だと思ってるから安心して。
我が家の子じゃない。俺とお前の子だ。
悪いけれどそこだけは区別させてちょうだい。
違う。俺とお前の子なんだ。
なんですって？
死産したのはお前じゃない。アスムだ。あの時お前とアスムとの二股を清算できず、俺はどうかしてたんだ。
まさかまさか。
アスムと俺は籍を入れていた。お前とは浮気の関係だった。そしてアスムは死産して、お前は出産しちまった。俺の頭はしっちゃかめっちゃかだったぜ。
Well, technically, Kiri had a miscarriage, so the sin Rudolph committed when his mind was at its most chaotic was to switch the two babies.
あの頃は今以上に金回りが良かったからな。若かったから無理も無茶もしたぜ。札束でしばきながら病院を脅してお前とアスムの子を入れ替えたんだよ。
Crazy. If Kiri had a child, Rudolph would have to remain two households. Yeah, in-laws, right? However, if Kiri had a stillbirth and the child who survived was Asumu's, that would settle everything. The stillbirth might even have given him a chance to break off his relationship with Kiri. It was a grave sin, one that simply couldn't be forgiven as an act of youthful enthusiasm and immaturity.
だから俺はお前たち三人に謝らなきゃいけない。アスムには血のつながらない赤ん坊を押し付けた。あいつはおっとりしてるように見えて案外鋭かったからな。ひょっとしたら気づいてたかもしれない。でも自分を母と慕うバトラーを最後まで愛情たっぷりに育ててくれたよ。
And in Kiri and Battler's cases, he had to atone for an even greater sin. He stole every moment of everyday family life that they should have shared as mother and son. Until this very day, Kiri had believed that Battler was Asumu's child. Though she had acted kindly towards him on the surface, she had always kept a distance in her heart between herself and Asumu's son. Finally, Rudolph's conscience had been unable to bear seeing her like that.
そんな
私は
Kiri sank into a crouch, unable to speak.
俺を罵ってくれ。いや、この場で殺してくれてもいい。俺はそれだけのことをした。これが猫箱にしまい込む前に俺が白状したかった秘密だ。
バトラク。
すまん、キリエ、バトラ。
Alright, that is another cross they gotta bear.
気づけば随分とたくさんの人に問題を出してもらったものね。
あとはジョージお兄ちゃんとジェシカお姉ちゃんとバトラお兄ちゃんとベアトリーチェだけだね。
Yep. The cousins and then the witch. The golden witch, that is.
お、やっと来たぜ。
待ちくたびれだよ。僕たちのことを忘れてるんじゃないかと心配したよ。
Oh, no. You know. Gotta save the best for last, if you know what I mean. Finally, we challenged George Oni-chan and Jessica One-chan.
お待たせしたわね。二人ともとびきり難しい問題を用意できたかしら？
Yeah, we only came so far, you know, and wondering what kind of, you know.
私たちは二人で一つの問題を出すことにしたんです。
Oh, is that so?
あらあら、それは一問でもおっかないわね。
エンジェちゃんのために用意した特製の問題だから頑張ってね。
解けるもん、絶対解けるもん。
じゃあ早速始めようかな。ジェシカちゃん、あれを並べよう。
ほいきた。
They placed 3 small, colorful cubic boxes on the table.
このうちの2つはびっくり箱。
Ah, yes, the probability question.
残りの1つにはメダルが入ってるんだ。
エンジェちゃんにはどれにメダルが入ってるか当てられるかな。
ヒントがなかったら無理。
Yeah, where the hell is the hint?
こんなの
そうだね。このままじゃただの運試しの3択だ。
Three choices. What the hell?
確率はつまり3分の1ってわけだね。
ジョージ、これじゃクイズじゃないわ。本当にただの運試しじゃない。
問題は後々。話を続けよう。
What do you mean it comes later?
さあ、エンジェ。この3つの箱のどれにメダルが入って
This
る
is
かな？
like, again, like, this is just like pulling out a wild guess.
直感で選んでごらん。
Even I, you know, guessed it. Even I took a wild guess and got it right. A red box, a blue box, and a green box. There's no way to know which one is in. This really is a test of luck. In a way, this is even worse than a hard puzzle. After all, if you solve a hard puzzle, you'll always be right. But in the very beginning, I picked an almond with a 1 in 15 chance. Compared to that, a 1 in 3 chance is 5 times easier to get. Whoa, that guy in the yellow jacket looks so familiar. I know, right? Yeah. Good to see you again. Good to see you again as well. Yeah, I streamed pretty early around like... I was gonna start at like 1 a.m. in the morning for me, but I delayed it around like 2 in the morning. Because I was like... That's the weird part, right? There was nothing eventful like during the afternoon when I was like... So I went to bed early. And I got up around 11 p.m. So it's like... That's the thing, right? If I can sleep early, then there's a good chance that I can like have plenty of time to like stream like hours of within a duration, right?
じゃあこれ
Whatever time works for you. Yeah, yeah.
赤い箱
As long as I, take a few hours, have a chill, fun time,
じゃあこの箱をエンジェちゃんの前に置こう。この中にメダルが入ってるといいね。じゃあまずは小手調べ。
Wait, what? Oh. Yeah, this is a weird puzzle. This is not even a puzzle, this, right? Because there's no really hint to it. It's like you pick like between the 3.
その赤い箱の中にメダルが入っている確率は何分の1かな？
3分の1。
正解よ。これが本当に純粋な運試しだとしたならね。
What's the point in them giving it to you if it's not really a puzzle? Oh no, you missed the last part with the one with the wolves and sheep puzzle. I mean, luckily I'm gonna upload the part to YouTube anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But that one was like, it made my mind boggle. So it was like, what the fuck's the point?
いいのかエンジェ。本当にその赤い箱でいいのか？
Yeah, I am very
こ
sure.
の後エンジェにそれを開けてもらうわけだけど、
I'm gonna make you open in a second. Uh oh.
もしびっくり箱だったらすっごいびっくりするぜ。
I mean, what's the worst that could happen if I choose that box? I mean, do I get a jump scare? The guy with the glasses, though, doesn't even look like he belongs with the rest of the group with how he looks. I don't know, man. Like, George and Umineko is like... He's supposed to be like the most mature one out of the group, but he's a bit boring. He doesn't really stand out other than like whenever every time I read through the episodes, like it's just the same dialogue and same, I mean, he has some sort of common wisdom to it, but outside of that, it's like the whole repeat of like George X Shannon shit is all just filler to me. So it's like, oh well. Jessica One-chan grinned threateningly.
いいのかい？本当にその赤い箱で。メダルは青い箱か緑の箱に入ってるかもしれないよ。チェンジするかい？
It's not fair for them to scare me like that. Not that I've already made my choice. Sounds about right. He's that typical character archetype that's always super smart and knows a lot, but that's about it. Yeah, that's the thing about anime. Like, I can tell by like archetypes and tropes and like stereotypes in terms of it within like anime and visual novel shit. But like, if it's gonna be something this simplistic, it's like, let's just move on. It's like, okay, moving on, right? And I know all of the boxes have the same probability of having a medal in them. Whether I try to open the red box or change my mind, try the blue or green boxes, the probability will be the same. So sticking with your first choice is the moto. I'll stick with the red box. Yeah, we gotta choose
こ
the...
の赤い箱でいいの。
Oh boy, red is my favorite color.
私はこれにかける。
If red is gonna be the favorite color, then judging by favorite color, then it's always gonna be the winning ideal choice, I guess.
いい度胸だぜ。でも 本当にびっくり箱は怖いんだぜ。どれくらい怖いか一個見せてやるからな。
Jessica One-chan laughed creepily, then opened the green box. And then bang. That sounds kind of weird. Pumpkin, monsters, and ribbon came flying out of the box. Okay, but why put like a gunshot sound to it? Couldn't just be a bunch of like confetti and shit? My gosh, she literally looks like your typical yandere too. Jessica is... I don't know. I like Jessica for her character, but a lot of the times, like, some of the stuff she can say can be a, you know, a bit of a turnoff. But like, although she can be interesting in like episode 2 and then maybe later on. There were times that Jessica can turn out to be a like your typical badass. It's like outside of that, it's like that's just usual, right? Like there's so many characters within like the Umineko verse there where that like you can only choose like few to several that can be interesting, right? Sounds like yandere to you? Oh, well, I'm sure he can be a bit weird. That came out flying out of the box I opened right on my face. I might fall to my knees and start crying. Oh no. A jump scare.
エンジェ、本当にその赤い箱でいいのかい？
Oh god.
すっごく怖いのが飛び出すかもしれねえぜ。やっぱり青い箱にチェンジした方がいいんじゃねえの？
Okay, so right here, it used to be 1/3 chance. Now it's one. Then this 50-50.
怖くない。
What the heck did she do? The way it sounded in the dialogue, she did it close to her face or something. Because she did say she was trying to make it scary somehow. That would scare someone. It does kind of sound like she's going up close to someone's face and say it. So.
エンジェは赤い箱でいいの。いいの。
脅しすぎだよ、ジェシカちゃん。さあ、これで箱は1つ減って2つになっちゃったね。
Oh boy, 50-50 chance. You know, at some point it's a fucking coin flip regardless.
さあ、ここからが問題だよ、エンジェちゃん。
どっちの箱にメダルが入っているか？
エンジェちゃんの前にさっきから置きっぱなしにしているその赤い箱と僕の前にあるこの青い箱。
And the worst thing about the guy with the glasses, there are so many similar characters like them with that hairstyle. True. The same boring, smart archetype, bro. Oh no. It reminds it reminds me of those harem animes I used to watch back then. Oh no. Fuck me, man.
どっちを開けた方がメダルの入ってる可能性が高いかな。
There's even a guy that looks like him in the VN called Class of 09. Oh fuck. I mean, there are some good harem ones. It's just like some of them are just the same. Some of them are like same bullshit, you know? Like, if anything, I've only watched like 2 reverse harems. One was like Fruits Basket. Well, I watched the Fruits Basket from 2001, but lately I was watching the Fruits Basket remake. And the remake, at least the Fruits Basket remake doesn't blue ball you. Most of the harem animes just end up blue balling you. Oh, it definitely does. Like, Orimo is one of the worst examples. And you heard about Fruits Basket but never checked it out. It's really good. I do recommend the remake though, the 2019 version. Like, there's like 3 seasons worth, but when I went back on the Fruits Basket remake, I mean, when I watched the Fruits Basket remake, I can actually some of the scenes it feels more like feels more lively. I have watched one episode. I think I watched one episode, a few episodes worth of Oran High School Host Club, but I didn't finish it. Makes me want to go back and rewatch it again. But that was like English dub too. I don't really recall. Oran High School, my gosh. Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I do watch like new stuff here and there, but I'm always the kind of guy that want to go back, watch, ones that isn't like current dated. Like I said. But yeah, there are 3 boxes, 1 red, 1 blue, and 1 green. One of these boxes has a medal inside. The other 2 have terrifying traps inside. You didn't finish either, but that's mainly because of the time. The person that was watching it from on YouTube didn't have all the episodes ready to go, so you had to drop it eventually. Yeah, I think there was some anime that I did watch on YouTube. Like, I think I remember I was like watching like Lucky Star and Haruki Suzumiya that were on YouTube, but that one YouTube channel got like banned off, unfortunately. So I was like, ugh, I have to like watch it on like another one that isn't YouTube. And it was like 720p too. Like some of the anime that like I used to watch at the time on YouTube were like the highest quality you can get is like 480p back then. Which is like it's actually doable, right? Like 480p to even 360p was alright. Oh no, 720p used to be HD until they upped it like 1080. But then again, like most of my uploads lately have going up to 1080p, so yeah, I don't really care about like anything be like past 1080p because it's like, at least as long as you can like watch it and see the screen, then it's fine by me. Let's see, are you sure I want that one? The trap box is really terrifying. I'll open one, show you. So she opened the green box, showing me that it was only a trap box. So only the red and blue boxes were left. Do you still want to open the red box, or do you want to switch? So which box has a higher probability of holding out, the red one or the blue one? So yeah, it used to be 1/3, now it's like 50-50, but I'll just ask anyway, so whatever.
中身がわからなくて箱が2つならメダルが入ってる確率は5分と5分。
Your computer can't really handle much. I mean, 480p is fine.
どっちも同じじゃないの？
I mean, even with like 360p, it's like as long as the audio is good, then that's all there is to it.
おばさんもそう思うんだけどね。
Like video quality can be like a concerning thing, but like audio quality, I usually have a higher priority than like everything else.
でもそれじゃ答えが当たり前すぎるでしょ？
360 does get kind of blurry though. It does. So
何かひとひねりあるんじゃないかしら。
because back then, like when I was recording like several years ago, it used to be like Bandicam and like Camtasia Studios. So it was like the highest was like 360 to 480p for me. But it's like, as of then, like I was sitting here, I was like, why didn't I use like OBS earlier? Like, fucking hell. I was like, I started using OBS like several years ago, and I was like, why didn't I think of that to use it for recording? And I was like a fucking like oh well, but I guess the more you learn. The days where it's like videos but with like music over it, and then it had that little hypercam
私
watermark
から2人に2つ質
or
問があるけどい
bandicam
い
watermark or like whatever the hell.
どうぞ。
So
この3色の箱は誰のもの？ジェシカちゃんの？
はい、そうですけど。
OBS Studio released in 2012. My gosh, this is old. See, that's the thing, right? If I could have just known beforehand, I would have been like, you know, done my recordings at hand, but I'm pretty sure like I'll still mess up regardless, right?
つまりどの色がびっくり箱かあなたは知っているのね？
What was the other streaming program that some people use? I think it's called like XSplit or whatever they call it for streaming.
ええ、もちろん。
But I never tried XSplit before, so
ありがとう。
the only reason why like a lot of people prefer like OBS because it's usually like simpler to use when it comes to streaming. So, but even then, like when it comes to live streaming, you still have to like test around some stuff here and there.
引き続き2つ目の質問ね。ジェシカちゃんはさっきびっくり箱の怖さを教えるためにと1つ開けてくれたわね。
But that's the thing, right? I used to be like a live streamer, and then it was put on hiatus to like where I started like recording more. But now it's like, well, I can at least stream and record at the same time. Then the CPU doesn't like, you know, fuck up.
それはエンジェちゃんがどの箱を選んだとしてもやっていた？
そうです。せっかくなんで怖がらせた方が心理戦っぽくて面白いかなって思って。
Giving her a bit of a scare would make a nice psychological warfare tactic.
ありがとう。
That sounds like it's not even a psychological warfare tactic. That's just saying that you just want to prank someone.
ヒントはそれで十分よ。
Usually when people are testing out things, when the stream hasn't started, they make sure everything's good beforehand. Wonderful. But when the stream ends up starting problems. Yeah, back then, like I think I used to stream on like during when I had a shit internet provider, right? And then OBS would have hiccups. And I was like, well, fucking OBS. And I'll be like, well, fucking hell, Twitch, right? So it can tend to fuck up both ways.
ヒント？
I'm completely lost. How were Aunt Eva's questions just now hints? But yeah, earlier I answered the right answer is C, so I need to double check. Yep, hell yeah, that was.
あ、青い箱の方がいい。
I'm not sure what programs people were using at the time because I didn't get into streams until literally last year.
へえ。それはどうしてかな？
That's the thing, right? I didn't really get into like watching people's streams until like a few years ago. Maybe a few to several years ago? I don't recall.
なんとなく。
エンジェちゃんがアーモンドを当てたあの15切れのケーキを思い出してみて。アーモンドが一つだけなら当たりの確率は15分の1なわけよね。
うん、15分の1。
I figured that out when the cake first appeared. The good old cake. I thought that waiting for a lot of people to get wrong ones would make my chances for winning higher. But in the end, no matter when I ate my slice, the odds were still 1 in 15.
でもねエンジェちゃん、実はあのケーキ使用人の人たちも食べてて、
The only reason I got into it because I didn't really have anything better to do, and I decided to see what people I could play with on stream. That, and I heard about these VTubers being super popular and decided to give it a shot and see what content they had to offer.
あれ？
今日はお祭りだもの。
You know what's funny? I was watching like some random Halo videos, and then all of a sudden, like a VTuber is recommended on my YouTube front page. It's like, oh, here's a female VTuber model playing Halo, starting up playing the entirety of the Halo franchise.
使用人の人だけケーキなしなんて意地悪でしょ？
One of my plans when it comes to like recording and streaming on YouTube is oh, see, that's what you want. Yeah. When you watch like a certain thing in a video, it always recommends you like similar things, right? Who wouldn't want to watch a cute anime girl playing Halo, right? Yeah. Also, when I tuned into it and it skimmed through like timestamps, she was acting really derpy. So it's like, what the fuck?
だから本当は20切れのケーキがあったの。
It does most of the time, but I think that's based on the it's always based on my watch history. I listen to see the music I mainly listen to is like dance tracks, and sometimes it recommends me like some similar music.
それを使用人分5切れ抜いて15切れにして飾り直して、そこからエンジェちゃんに選んでもらったとしたら、
You do have those VTubers that play into their character a lot.
確率は
Yeah, that's what we call a they gotta maintain that persona, you know what I mean? If there really were 20 slices, then the chances would be 1 in 20.
でも使用人の人たちはアーモンドの入ってない場所を知ってたから、そこを避けてケーキを5切れもらったのよ。つまり彼らはハズレを5個間引いてくれていたというわけ。だから確率は20分の1じゃなく15分の1になる。
It sucks that most of the VTubers really do rely on the parasocial aspect, especially the bigger ones. Oh yeah, it fucking sucks ass. When you have VTuber fans that treat their fucking treat them as like they want to be their friends and shit.
同じことが今ジェシカちゃんによって行われたんだよ。ジェシカちゃんは君が選ばなかった2箱の中からハズレを1つ間引いたんだ。ということは君が選ばなかった方の当たる確率もその分上がったということになるんじゃないかな。
わかったようなわからないような。
Sort of get it, but not really. Well. To be fair, don't most streamers do that anyway? I mean, on your end, we're technically buried people in a way. We're just avatars that can talk. But when the stream goes off, you just do what you normally do. Pretty much. I mean, for you are actually a part of an audience. Well, you're a regular per se, and we talk. But outside of that, we're just just fucking weeb profile pics, if anything. But I do again, I do want to cultivate an audience, so similar to within my personality and persona, and like, you know, with similar, even though I'm a bit opinionated in a way, but outside of that, it's like, it's that one actually got me. Yeah, I'm a bit of a jokester here and there. I mean, you're talking to someone that previously had like a Tamamo profile pic from Fate Extra. Now it's a Black Lagoon character. I think my current profile pic is Suisei on Discord. I applaud you for that one. Sweet. I tried it at times. Interesting because it does look like a maid. Oh no.
いや、エンジェちゃんはすごいよ。
Roberta from Black Lagoon is not just a maid per se. She is a maid. She is a maid and a super soldier at the same time in Black Lagoon.
6歳で確率論の事後確率を理解しようとしたんだからね。確率は面白いよ。
Oh yeah, I sure enough know that. Yeah, that was the thing, right? Like Roberta, I feel like in the TV series is like she's treated as like the somewhat a good guy per se, but in like when watching like Roberta's Blood Trail, she's like, you know, the antagonist. So well, kind of. But oh well.
高校や大学に入ったらきっと好きになると思うから。いっぱい勉強を楽しんでね。
My little head was already filled to the brim. Bewildered, I had to beg Aunt Eva for an explanation. Aunt Eva wore a bitter smile too. I'll bet she doesn't really get it herself. As we felt a sense of connection through this failure, we happily grasped the medals we had wrangled out of them. And now, I'm pretty sure I got all the medals. So, and the profile picture that you do have right now, did you randomly find that, or did you end up using some special software to make it that way?
エンジェちゃん、
Oh no. I just randomly find like some pictures off of like Google Image or Danbaru. I feel like a lot of times, like the only time I'll use like special software is like if I'm using it for like some sort of like a person, you know, like a personal background for like streams and shit. But you know, when it comes to like software and programs and shit for like thing, it's a lot. It's like, why would I want to? I mean, that's the weird thing, right? I like special software and shit for like, you know, to have like some sort of, you know, type things out and it'll create things for me, right? But I just do it for like, you know. I mean, as long as you don't profit off of it, then it's fine. So it's like, you just use it for like some funny shit, honestly.
ちょっとこっちへ来て。
Right, I just asked because someone did show me a program that they use to make some profile pictures. Ah, okay. I guess she also used them for custom emotes. You know, that's funny. I guess that's one way to do it if you want to like make like Twitch. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that person used it for like custom for emotes.
ジョージお兄ちゃん。
George Oni-chan and Jessica One-chan were calling to me from the window. Aunt Eva was talking with Mom and the others, and since it looked like they'd be a while, I went over to George Oni-chan and Jessica One-chan.
何
すぐクイズ大会もおしまいだな。
Yay.
あとはバトラお兄ちゃんとベアトリーチェでおしまい。なんだかさっきから眠い。
It's probably because of that adult drink you swiped from Dad. Oh no. I felt floaty ever since I drank that. That floaty feeling keeps getting stronger, and I've been feeling sleepy for a while now. I did used to use MS Paint for some pictures. They looked really cool, but were resized horribly. But I stopped doing that. I remember there being some hacks some people could use to backdoor into your system using MS Paint. Interesting.
眠い
I think the only time I used MS Paint is like for some like a poor man's Photoshop program. I mean, I even used like Paint 3D for like some like simplistic thumbnails.
うん。ソファーがあったら寝ちゃうかも。
Because they would use like a Photoshop program to like create their shit, but it's like, why would I want to be? I mean, I guess, I do, try to create things here and there, like crop shit out and all that, but it's like,
そっか。
other than that, like, I'm too simplistic within a mindset in a way.
じゃあもうじきこのパーティーもおしまいだな。
The party will end if I fall asleep, but I just want to take a nap while everyone else kept having fun.
僕たちのさっきの問題難しかったかい？
うん。未だによくわかんない。それに眠い。
あれは事後確率って言ってね、ある特定の情報を知ることで、あるいは知らないことで確率が変動することを言うんだよ。
Did George Oni-chan call me all the way over here to lecture me on math? For some reason, I feel even sleepier now.
もし10個のケーキの中にアーモンドが1つだったら当たる確率は 10% だね。
Obviously.
でもそれが実は100個のケーキの中から適当に選んだうちの10個だと教えられたらどうなると思う？
See, that's the weird part of that question, right? Those 10 pieces were chosen at random from 100.
10分の1どころか当たる確率は100分の1だと思うよな。
エンジェちゃんが選んだケーキは
100, 1 in
何も
1000.
変わらないのにエンジェちゃんが何かを知ることによって、あるいは知らないことによってエンジェちゃんのケーキの中に当たりが生まれるかどうかの確率が変化したんだよ。不思議な話だと思わないかい？
その話難しそうだからもうやだ。
エンジェ、いいから最後まで聞いて。
Jessica One-chan's voice grew a bit stern. As young as I was, I couldn't understand what all this was supposed to mean to me.
僕が君に伝えたいのはたった一つなんだ。
Well, I do want to know what's the important thing.
だからこれだけは忘れないで。
なに？
これから未来、さまざまな情報が君の手の中のケーキに干渉する。それらを知ることで君のケーキの中身はさまざまなものに変化するかもしれない。
Also, to prove my point that this guy looks like every other Glasses character, you can check those two characters out. Morishige from Corpse Party and Yamazaki from the NHK anime. I had played Corpse Party before, but I didn't finish the whole thing. I think I was around like the final part of the episode. The NHK? I think you're referring to Welcome to the NHK. That's on my watch list. It makes me want to go back and replay Corpse Party on stream eventually. Even though that franchise, it kind of didn't really decline a bit, but it's like I always think of Corpse Party as like some sort of like a niche horror game and doesn't really, so it's like a pretty small, a fraction of an audience. I don't know. When I was playing through, like, it did kind of decline in a way because the last game in the series was just not good. Well, that's fucking unfortunate.
でもおそらくそれらのほとんどは君の望まないものに変化するだろう。
Overall, the series is still pretty good. The game has a lot of spin-offs as well. Yeah, there's Corpse Party Book of Shadows and there's Corpse Party Blood Drive. I'm pretty sure there's a PS Vita emulator I could probably like try and mess around with. And the PSP. I mean, I already have the PSP emulator, so that's where I tried Corpse Party for the first time.
真実はいつだってエンジェの手の中
But
にあ
this
る
is the weird thing about when I was playing Corpse Party for the first time, right? A lot of the times when I was playing, when I
誰
played,
かが期待する真実を耳にすることでその中身が変化するなんてバカらしいと思わないか
a lot of the times when I progressed to Corpse Party for the first time, I kind of realized like some of the characters are pretty sociopathic. So it's like my own like decision and morals would be like, oh, you know, their backstory, why their backstories are fucked, but it's like, why would I give a shit about them? Like, you know, when they also harmed others, you know what I mean?
君の中の真実は最初から君の手の中にあるんだよ。そしてその中身は実は君自身が決めているんだ。君が何を聞き、何に耳を覆うかで、君自身がその中身を変化させている。
Oh yeah, definitely. In their situation where there's no law and you're trying to preserve your life for as long as possible, you end up doing things you wouldn't normally do. Well, that's the thing within like Corpse Party, right? Like all these like junior high to high school students are all trapped in like a haunted school, right? And you know, either it's part of a like a or either like the whole point of going to that place is like for a trip, or it's like, oh, these characters are kind of curious of what's going on over there, and even though it's rumored to be haunted, so which is obviously in most horror settings in a way. So
意味がわからないと思うぜ。
and you know,
でも理解して。6歳のエンジェにはわからなくても12年を経ればきっとわかるから。
because the thing about like when I read through Corpse Party, because there are characters that don't deserve to be killed, and then there are like fucked up characters to the extent where like they deserve, you know, to where I don't feel bad for them because of how fucked up their instincts are. So I mean, it's fiction, right? I have the reason to, you know, make, you know, first decisions in a way. With very serious expressions on their faces, they grasped my shoulders as they spoke. I don't know what they're trying to tell me. Right? But that's the nature of the school. It doesn't matter who you are. Your life is on the line like everyone else's. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, the thing about that particular haunted setting is like, there's, you don't want to spoil anything about the game though if you're planning on getting back to the series. I might, it's on my like long list of planning to do, so it's like maybe I'll go back and replay it. But the weird thing is, like, when I played it blindly for the first time, like, there's so much backtracking to do. It kind of frustrated me a bit. Like, sometimes I have to like replay a save. Sometimes like, oh, I fucked it up, and I had to go back and reload the save. So there are like decisions in the game that I didn't like. I don't really accept. So
君の手の中の真実は不変じゃないんだ。それは君に対する様々な干渉で。
there is, holy crap. I mean, those games have huge amount of deaths and endings that you have to get through if you want to 100% the game as well. Yeah, I remember the one time, like, there's so many ways to die in Corpse Party to where it's like, okay, I guess I do want to, like, keep the save. I mean, I guess I don't have to. Because the thing is, I rely on, like, save states, but there was a time where, like, oh, I guess I have to replay that one checkpoint. I mean, playing those games are hit or miss, and it's hard to find someone that could help you down the line if you do get stuck as well. There was the one scene in Corpse Party where like there was a character that was like trapped in like a swimming pool, and the game decides to give you a time limit. So instead of having reading through dialogue, because the thing is, we start reading dialogue, then the time progresses. And it's pretty fucking bullshit. Like, the time progresses, the time and limit still keeps going, even during dialogue. So, I fucked it up once, and then the second time, I had to, like, press the A button, or the X button to, like, you know, skip through dialogue. Just so I can actually, you know, save the character on time. Otherwise, you know, the character gets, like, grinded within like, a pool, like a meat grinder. So
だからもし君が
it's fucking crazy too. Yeah, it's a pretty fucked up mechanic for an old PSP game.
その真実をエンジェが自分で守るんだ。
You might have to check that out again because I don't remember that death. Oh no, it's pretty fucked.
それを忘れるんじゃないぜ。
あとはお兄ちゃんとベアトリーチェの問題でおしまい。
For whatever reason, in these horror games, there always has to be some kind of pool death. It gave me Final Destination movie vibes, which is pretty disturbing to me. It reminds me of watching like Another, even though I didn't really like it as much.
そうか。あれだけ大勢いたのに、もうおしまいなんだな。
どうであったか？今夜のパーティーを楽しめたか？
I mean, I guess Corpse Party does give like a Final Destination vibe in a way.
楽しかった。でもちょっともう眠いかも。
そうね。
I was just about to bring up that anime when you said Final Destination. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, I love getting into like the horror franchise and all that stuff, but sometimes like there are times like where my brain cringes a bit.
あれだけはしゃいだもんね。
I rubbed my eyes. I must have gotten really excited, but whenever I get excited, I'm always tired afterwards. Another was more or less kind of like watching Elfen Lied, where it's mainly keeping your interest with the gore factor, not much else. I kind of had an interest in Elfen Lied, but the anime, you know, failed to where it decided to end at a cliffhanger, and then all of a sudden, like, I have to like pick off to where it left off in the manga. It was getting pretty interesting at first, you know, but it was like some of the stuff in there ends up as pretty. There's no way it would actually happen because the gore factor within Elfen Lied feels like doesn't feel so relatable, but at the same time, it's like, oh, you know, Right now, I'd rather have a sofa to lie on than metals.
わらわもとっておきの問題を用意したが、どうする？
Yeah, some of the anime series like had that thing where it ends off on the cliffhanger and then it doesn't really pick back up, and it just lays there like forever, you know. Because it reminds me of the anime called, because Kaze no Stigma had that thing. High School of the Dead has that, suffered through the similar thing with the thing as well. You didn't really like Elfen Lied that much anyway. It's just one of those anime that comes onto people's radar. I kind of like it, but at the same time, it's like once you like pick off like where they left off in the manga for the cliffhanger, it gets pretty sad. So yeah, anime like High School of the Dead, Kaze no Stigma. Like I think there was a one called Trinity Blood. I haven't watched Trinity Blood, but it also blue balled you on that. Um,
眠いようならばやめてもよいのだぞ。
I think the movie Kite is on my watch list. I think Kite and the sequel. Although I heard that the sequel of that movie like also blue balled it. I think that's like the problem with the anime series. Like I guess like the anime is just there. I guess when it comes to anime that blue balls people, it just makes them to show that you have to like continue on with it on the manga, right?
ううん
Oh,
ここまで来たから頑張る。はあ
oh yeah, Dead Man Wonderland had that problem. And the thing is like I did kind of enjoy that too.
もうお開きの時間
Because I remember it used to air on Toonami at the time.
うん。エンジェよ。わらわの問題はまた今度にしよう。そのような寝ぼけ眼で解けるほど優しくはないのでな。
やだ。せっかくいっぱい頑張ったのに、お兄ちゃんたちのメダルも欲しい。
It did, but it never really came back, of course. Yeah. There's another anime that I know some people didn't really like it how it really ended, but I've watched Casher and Sins back then at the time. I think I used to watch it on like English dub at the time, but I watched it like in sub too. No, it was dubbed like halfway, but I watched sub like entirely through. I'm just so sleepy. You heard about that anime, but again, never saw that one. Casher and Sins is another like it's another anime that usually like gets sad like halfway through because like it really shows during like a post-apocalyptic setting, you know. It's been so long since I watched it too. Angie drifted over to a chair in the corner of the room and plopped down onto it. Then she closed her eyes and sat there like a doll. It didn't take long before the cute sound of her breathing and her sleep could be heard. When she saw that Angie was finally asleep, Beatrice spoke softly.
みな、静かに。エンジェが眠ったぞ。
When she spoke, the peaceful clatter that filled the room fell silent. Everyone looked down onto Angie's sleeping face. Wait, when the heck did Beatrice showed up? She showed up like in most of the time. Shows up in like, you know, couple chapters couple chapters ago, and then this is the you know the banquet, you know, shown in the hall. So Each of them wore an affectionate gaze as if they just watched a baby finally drift to sleep. This is literally my first time seeing her, at least in this VN. Oh no. She always get their parents, no matter what.
エンジちゃん、楽しんでくれたやろか。
当然であろうが、今はそこまでは感じぬかもしれぬ。しかしやがて、今夜のパーティーのことを思い出し、それがどれほど楽しかったかを噛みしめてくれるであろう。
そうだな。
私たちもエンジェちゃんと遊べて楽しかったわ。
I'm pretty sure in this VN, everyone is just a normal person, right? Somewhat. There can be some pretty unhinged moments within, like, for several characters. Like, if you read through, like, in the VN from, like, episodes 1 to 4, it gets pretty crazy, and then episodes 5 to 8 can also, you know, have a similar result. Although, the answer arc can... Because that's the thing, right? The problem within this VN is, like, it has, like, 20%, 20 to 30%. I don't know what's the percentage I can think of when it comes to filler. Some of the filler stuff can be, like, really... My mind can be a turn off at times. By this point, everyone's standing in a wide circle around Angie as she slept. Not that the guest of honor was asleep, this Halloween party had reached its conclusion.
さらばだ、我が孫よ。おじいちゃんは12年ぶりに遊べて嬉しかったぞ。
Oh, the filler stuff is pretty bad in most of media like this. It can be pretty frustrating.
私のことを何も覚えていなくてもよい。
Like, I remember... See, here's the thing though, right? Like, I'm not really a shonen person per se, but I remember a friend of mine, like gave up on, like... Yeah. Why have filler in a puzzle game though? Lol, and I assume most of the filler isn't even stuff that adds any additional information about the lore either. I mean, the correct... Answering all the... Answering the puzzle riddles correctly does give you some important information when it comes to, like, encouraging, like, Angie this episode, but other than that, it's like, it may be optional, but it gives me, like, extra dialogue that can be pretty important later anyway, so.
傲慢なる暴君と記憶してくれてもよい。だがたまには目に入れても痛くないほどに可愛がっていたことも思い出しておくれ。
思い出しますとも。エンジェさん、あんたの人生は長い。12年を経てもまだまだ長い。
Because here's the thing though, when it comes to Angie as a character, right? Angie thinks of the Ushiro-Miya family as a whole as, like, well, not really as a whole, but, like, most of them to be, like, dysfunctional. But a lot of the times, you know, in right here in this at the very last episode, you know, tells Angie to, like, you know, think of the positives, right?
その人生が有意義なものになることを祈っております。
君の後ろ宮家全員の最後の孫で娘だ。
I could see that from the outfits alone. I mean, you have the doctor guy there, then you have the Batman wannabe. Batman wannabe, nice. That's the first time I actually heard that from someone. And most of these characters are just mentally not there. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, Kinzo is like the definition of like, you know, the headmaster that isn't there in the head.
エンジェちゃん、お元気で。幸せは見つけるものでなく、作るものです。思い出も実は同じなんですよ。
そうだな。年を重ねて思い出し、初めて意味を知るということもあるものだ。
わしのこの愛嬌ある顔、たまには思い出してや。わしらにとってあんたに思い出してもらうのが何よりの供養なんや。
いやーね、死ぬわけじゃないでしょ。猫箱の向こうというカーテンの向こうに行くだけじゃない。
It does make you curious, but how many of these individuals are actually part of the family and didn't just become family due to the inheritance or just marrying into the wealth? Actually, that is a good question because, you know, when it comes to Ushiromiya family, that is... Oh, there's Angie. That's the thing, right? Like, there's like 4 families into one, right? But when it comes to diff. I mean, on the bottom 5 are the servants, so... I can say there are 4 individuals, you know? So it's like... It's pretty huge, in all honesty. Because we have like the cousins and then... You know, just 4 individually and they have like, you know, 4 groups of families, right? I mean, keep in mind is like we have the cousins and then each cousin have like, you know, have their, you know, own parents individually. And because that would surprise me, since for a family like this, they would want to keep the legacy going somehow, right? Otherwise, like, yeah, keep the legacy and keep the bloodline going, you know?
せやな。カーテンなんてもんやない。今と同じや。エンジちゃんはすやすや眠っとる。わしらはこうしてすぐ近くにいて、それを見守っとる。わしらはいつだってそばにおるんやで。
All of them still wore warm smiles, but the sound of sniffling came from several places throughout the room. This party wasn't only for the girl who wasn't able to be here this day. It was also for all those people who weren't able to meet her here, who never had the chance to say goodbye.
エンジェ、力強く生きろよ。俺たちの血が流れてるんだ。絶対にその力はあるさ。
エヴァ姉さん、うちの娘のことをよろしくね。素直じゃない子だし、わがままで短気なところもある。きっと迷惑ばかりかけるだろうけれど。
私がきっと幸せにするわ。
Kiri's voice is wonderful. Yeah, fun fact, Kiri's voice is the same voice for Fate, the Fate Stay Night caster. So see, that's the thing about like, see, that's the thing about me being a weeb, right? At least I can actually recognize voices. And she would make a great VTuber. Well, that's true.
エンジェちゃんが望む限り必ずね。
エンジェ様、私の顔を覚えていなくても構いません。でもせめて私の料理の味だけは忘れないでくださいませ。
That is impressive that you can point out the voices of these characters from other anime you watched. Yeah, that's like part of I'm like one of, I don't know if there's any other people that do it, but I'm usually one of those people that like, point out the voices of those characters from other shows I had watched.
この熊沢のことも覚えていろとは申しません。でもせめてサバの絞り汁ジュースの味だけは忘れないでくださいませ。
Yeah, I've seen a few other people that were able to do that as well, but it's rare. I mean, I like doing it because it's all part of the fun when it comes to the medium, right? Taste of mackerel juice. Oh boy. Someone said, "Wouldn't you feed her that?" And everyone laughed wryly or really.
本当に可愛い寝顔ね。まさに名前の通り、天使の寝顔だわ。
天使じゃないよ、魔女だよ。エンジェが最後の魔女、エンジェ・ベアトリーチェになる。
Like you really have to watch a lot of the media for it to even figure that out. Oh yeah, for sure.
その魔法は彼女を幸せにしてくれるかしら。
白き魔女になるか、黒き魔女になるか。それはエンジェが決めるよ。私はその両方を伝えた。
I mean, that's the thing when it comes to watching a lot of anime, right? And consuming visual novels. Because a lot of the times when it comes to VAs, like, there's a lot of good ones to where they can like alternate their voices. Like, so it's usually hard to tell, like, who is who. And, and point it out from like other stuff that you also watched.
きっと彼女を辛い人生が待ってる。エンジェちゃんはきっと世界一自分が孤独だと信じると思う。でも私たちはあなたのすぐ後ろにいていつも応援してるからね。それを忘れないでね。
エンジェ、忘れるんじゃないぜ。自分も幸せも運命も作るのは自分なんだ。
That would sound like it's hard to do though, and even in circumstances like this, the character sounds just the same as another anime you mentioned, Fate, or Fate, yeah, Fate Stay Night or Fate Grand Order, all that shit. Even in gachas, you can I'm pretty sure you can find characters, to have the same voice, right?
自分だけが決められる。それは誰かに与えられるものでも、そして誰かに隠されて探すものでもない。
I mean, the VA for like Artoria or like Saber from Fate Stay Night is like an example where like anytime I hear like voices from like other media, it's like it always sounds the same. So I was like, oh, why is Saber in that show?
それを忘れるんじゃないぜ。
You know what I mean?
きっと伝わったと信じます。
I mean, I love hearing like the similar voices because it's really fun for me to like meme around. It's just like what I did. So.
だといいけど。僕とお嬢様の物語は絶対にエンジェ様にそれを伝えています。
Hey dude, hope you're doing well tonight. Alice, welcome to the stream. I am doing pretty alright so far. It makes sense though, no reason to try and disguise yourself and change the pitch of the voice when you can just change the entire character overall. I mean, as long as, you can change within like plot, right?
ジョージ様も何かお言葉をかけられてはどうですか？
僕から伝えたいことはもうあのびっくり箱の問題で全てだよ。
あの難解な問題から何かを汲み取ってくれるでしょうか。
わからない。でも彼女は聡明だからね。きっと何かを分かってくれるよ。
エンジェ様、あなたが正しき未来へ導かれることをお祈りいたしております。
One by one, they stepped forward and said words of farewell to Angie. Then, finally, Battler and Beato walked forward.
エンジ、少しはみんなのことを思い出してくれたか？
This music, though? Yeah. It is a bit dramatic, but I always love this kind of like music like this as like a something to put my mind at ease. Of course, Angie didn't answer in her sleep, but Battler continued.
確かに後宮家はちょいと変わった一族だ。
I wouldn't say the I wouldn't even say the Ushiromiyas are a strange family. I think the Ushiromiyas are like dysfunctional in a way, in my opinion. The only reason why I say they're dysfunctional because like I already read through the like all of it. Well, not really all of it per se, but by the time I finish the final episode of this visual novel, then yeah.
大金持ちだし、それをめぐっておかしな噂話も飛び交っただろう。しかしそんなのはすべて島の外の連中の勝手な憶測だ。
Yeah. Yeah, people outside the island never explored it by the, and figure out themselves. I mean, they can't really be much more dysfunctional than any other family out there. I mean, they can be better or worse. I mean, I don't even know any other like media that has like, a worse, better or worse. So.
幼さゆえに優しき思い出を記憶に留められなかったそなたを誰も責めはせぬ。しかしそれでも思い出してやれ。忘れることが罪ではない。思い出さぬことが罪なのだ。
It is not a sin to forget, but to not remember again, it is a sin.
俺たち全員エンジェをパーティーに呼べて本当に楽しかったぜ。な、みんな。
Everyone nodded at Battler's words. Everyone knew about the merciless and lonely life that awaited her. It was no longer possible for them to heal those wounds. If there was one thing they could do, probably the family of Shion Sonozaki from Higurashi. I don't disagree on that one, that's for sure. Holy fuck. Don't even get me started on what's going on from them. Although it's been so long, but Shion is a character that suffered the worst. It was to make her remember what a kind young family she once had. To remind her that both today and into the future they would always care for her and watch over her. Sad part is, I can't tell either one of them apart because she does have a twin. That is true. Because sometimes you get really confused, like which one is like the crazy one, right? Because usually it's like, oh, surely it's Mion. No, it's like, but like, when I got to the one with that one particular answer arc, it's like, oh, I say both of them are crazy, aren't they? Pretty much.
言うまでもなく、これは幻想だ。
I'm kind of excited to go back and reread it eventually, but it's like, with how, you know, with how busy I am as of lately, is like I can only have so little time, you know. But it's on my little good old YouTube / streaming plan in a way.
そなたは1986年10月4日の六軒島にはたどり着けぬ。これはすべてゲームマスターのバトラが描いたそなたとわらわたちが一夜のパーティーを共にするという
That's fair.
魔法幻想。
That is the problem that other people are having, where you just don't have the time to watch anime. Yeah, I mean, I've watched like probably over 100 series worth, but it's like a lot of the times, most of it are just like 12 to 26 episodes worth of series.
でも思い出しただろ。
If you do watch anime, you gotta make sure it's something you can digest within a reasonable amount of
みんな
time.
がどれだけ優しくて
Yeah.
楽しく親族会議で談
It's gotta be worth to binge watch through.
本当のことを思い出してくれただろ。
Angie breathed softly in her sleep. Who knows if those words truly reached her?
エヴァおばさん。エンジェを頼むぜ。
私なんかに彼女の母親になる資格は本当にあるのかしら。
あるぜ。
Just picture yourself ready to watch some anime, and then you got someone recommend you book. Oh shit. Little alarm going off. My bad. Just picture yourself ready to watch some anime, and then you got someone recommend you Boku no Pico, and have your entire way through wasted. Oh no. That's just fucking wild.
エンジェの母になろうとあんなに頑張ってくれた。
I mean, if they recommend you stuff like this, or like better yet, if people recommend you fucking Oni Chi-Chi or some shit, then you know obviously your time would be wasted too. I mean, there are people that really like it, but it's like nowadays they just within like when it comes to anime fandoms, they just use it as a fucking joke. Oni what now? No, Oni Chi-Chi. The one with the fucking incest. That one incest hentai that people that gets mentioned on social media. Was it? Oh god damn it, I have to fucking look it up. Is that the one? Oh no, okay, well I did so okay, so I did get it right. So Chi-Chi, really? Chi-Chi's just... I thought it was 2 words. I guess it's 1 word altogether. Well, ain't that some shit.
でも私は結局
いいんだ。おばさん、エンジ、よくお聞き。
Okay, I clicked a bit too much, but I already understood the dialogue anyway. Battler grasped Angie's hand, then took Eva's hand and joined the 2 hands together.
悲しい運命により、2人が傷つけ合う未来があったことを俺たちは知ってる。それはエンジにとっても悲しいことだし、エヴァおばさんにとっても悲しいことだった。
Yeah, I already know what the outcome was. when it comes to episode 3.
お前に心を開けと頼むのも酷な話だった。そしてエヴァおばさんにそれでもなおエンジェのために自分の悲しみに耐えてほしいと頼むのも酷な話だった。
そなたもエヴァもどちらも悪くはない。
だからといってお前に何かを許せと俺たちには頼めた義理もない。だからせめて許せとは言わない。ただ分かってやってくれ。時間がかかってもいい。どれだけ未来でもいい。エヴァおばさんのこと分かってやってくれ。
I do have to admit that certain topics for anime don't even get covered that much anymore. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame.
そしてたまには俺たちのことも思い出してくれ。
Because I always love to like talk about that too. Even for Black Lagoon 2, if it released in an environment now, you would have people trying to cancel it. I love... It really makes me interested in wanting to talk about it though. Even if it released in an environment now, it's like whatever, right? I really wish there are more human beings like me that would have like a similar mentality within myself to be like, oh, I just don't really care about it. But now it's like, well, there are people that just, yeah, exactly, trying to cancel it in a way.
わらわのこともであるぞ。陽気で気立てがよく、容姿端麗、まさに女の鏡であるわらわのことも、たまーにでいいから思い出し、朝昼晩、わらわの名を唱えて崇め立てまつるのだぞ。
It's a bit of a shame too within the current environment as is now. It's like there was talk of releasing a season 2 of Black Lagoon, but they didn't bother with it, and I don't blame them. Yeah. Unfortunate too. It makes me want to which is interesting because I know Black Lagoon has like a really interesting spin-off for the manga. So there's that particularly. I wonder that's how it is now when it comes to anime, right? Like the current environments now, we get anime that is just nothing more than slop that just appeals to the fucking, current anime fandom. I don't fucking know. That's just my fucking guess. The relatives smiled bitterly, apparently disagreeing with some of that last bit. What was the last bit? Paragon. Oh. Right. That one. Eva softly stroked Angie's cheek and spoke one
おば
last
さん
time.
を許してくれなくてもいい。でもね、おばさんはあなたを憎んでなんかいないの。せめてそれだけは分かってね。
It kind of is, because right now, in terms of written media, manga is doing very well, but you're getting the manga now that are just rehashing the same genre, especially like the isekais, high school, slice of life, and romance. Yeah, high school harems and shit. I mean, My Dear Nokotan is a slice of life. This is this is weird, and I'll explain it after once I've finish up the Umineko part. So Eva wiped her eyes and slowly stood up. Hideyoshi held her shoulder, and Rudolph and Kiri gathered around her too.
源氏さん、演者を横になれるところに運んでやってくれるか。
かしこまりました。ゲストハウスでよろしいですか。
ゲストハウスに一人ぼっちでは気の毒が過ぎよう。
Yeah, gotta take Angie to the parlor.
そうだな。客間のソファーにお願いできるか。もしも目が覚めて戻ってきたくなったらいつでもそうできるように。
Genji gently lifted Angie up and carried her towards the parlor. Everyone continued to watch over her as she left.
シャノ、カノンよ。結局エンジェは何枚のメダルを集めたのであるか。
17枚でございます。
There you go, all medals gathered.
そうか。では、これを枕元に置いてやるとよい。
Gee, I wonder what the prize will be if I answered all of them.
はい。かしこまりました。
Genji carried Angie to the parlor and set her down on the sofa. Shannon quietly laid a warm basket on top of her. Cannon placed a message card by her pillow, along with that thing Kinzo had handed them. The message card read as follows: "We'll all be with you always, from the whole Ushiromiya family." Oh, look! A little Beatrice doll. Is that your cat or something in the background whining? I didn't hear a cat. I didn't hear anything. I don't know. I mean, the only time I'll get background noise is like if someone is in the house, so... But yeah, I did get the trophy. I guess this is what happens when you answer all of the answers. You get a trophy. Also, that looks less like a doll and more like one of those keychains you can make. Yeah, it looks like something that you can like use it as like a keychain decoration. You know, it would be pretty dope if they make like a Fumo doll of Beatrice. Dude, the fucking Umineko fandom will fucking buy Fumos of these. Fucking Fumo memes. They always just show up. A Beatrice doll. Angie, mumbling in her sleep, held it tightly against her cheek.
行こう。起こしてしまわないように。
姉さん。
Shannon thought she saw something glittering silver near Angie's eye. I don't know how niche this anime / manga is, but I would think they have a little bit of merch to it. Yeah, they do. I mean, although I feel like Umineko is like, I've grown too much in popularity. I don't know how big the audience particularly, but it's like, well, nowadays it's like, oh, they're all recommending it as like a thing, but like it's such a long read too. I mean, at least for me, like everyone like myself, I was going to have a different opinion, you know. The servants left and closed the parlor door. As Angie slept, she was wrapped up in the soft sound of the rain. Glittering silver near Angie's eye. I assume that's a tear. Surely she was reliving that fun evening once more in her dreams. Ugh. That was a fucking long one too. Holy moly. I guess re-going over the answers is more longer than than doing it for the first time. All right, now I can resave right here. How many streams did it take you to get all those? Just 2 streams, I think. I'm pretty sure it was 2. All right. I think that's going to be enough Umineko for today. I'm going to switch back to the Grand Blue Fantasy wind down. You know, the usual just chatting thing. So, yeah.